Now in this video, we will discuss about the second part of the optics, chapter 10, and we have to start from here, the wave optics. In the wave optics, the first important topic is that is wavefront. Now to explain the wavefront, first of all we have to discuss about the wave theory. Now according to wave theory, all the sources of light sends out the disturbance in all the possible directions. When disturbances are produced in all the possible directions, then particles of the mediums are vibrating. And at any instant of time, if some particles are vibrating in the same phase, and if we trace a line from such particles which are in the same phase, then such tracing line is known as wavefront. So wavefront, it's a imaginary line that is drawn in the medium, and it has the connectivity of all the particles which are in the same phase. So that is the tracing part. You can say it's a constructive part. When we draw on the blackboard or on the copy, that constructive part that shows the particles which are in the same phase in the medium is known as wavefront. So this is the explanation, and from the definition point of view, the locus of all the particles of the medium. Locus means that is the tracing line or that tracing path at which the particles are vibrating in the same phase at any instant of time. So this locus, the locus of all the particles of the medium which at any instant vibrating in the same phase is called wavefront. So after that we have to discuss about the types of the wavefront. Now wavefronts are of three types. Number one, spherical wavefront, number two, cylindrical wavefront, and number three, plane wavefront. Spherical wavefront means the wavefront which is originated from the point source. Means source should be a point, and when the disturbance are produced in the medium by the point source, so we have to trace a line, and that when we tracing that particular surface which having the particles in the same phase, that will be the sphere. So it is a particle, it is a point source P, and these radius which shows the rays, these are sent out in the medium, and when we draw a circle having the equidistance from the point P, that if in terms of the surface, it is a sphere. So a spherical wavefront is originated by the point source, and it can be drawn like this. So this is the diagram of the spherical wavefront. Next is the cylindrical wavefront. Cylindrical wavefront is originated by the line source, or we can say it's a linear source. So it should be a line source. Now when we take, this is the line source from this point to this point, it's a line source, and disturbance are produced in all the possible directions like this. These are disturbance produced in all the possible directions, and when we draw the surface which is passing through all the particles which are in the same phase, when we draw the diagram, so diagram will be a cylindrical body, because it is a, suppose one particle, next is the lower particle, many particles are there on this line, and when we draw the surface, so we will obtain a cylindrical shape. It means when the source is line source, so wavefront will be a cylindrical wavefront. So cylindrical wavefront is originated by the line source. And next third number is a plane wavefront. plane wavefront, it is produced by the distant source, maybe a point source or the line source. But the source should be far away from that point. We have to observe the plane wavefront. It should be a very long distance, so it may be a point source, may be a line source. So we can think here, if it is a point source, so that will be the spherical wavefront. If it is a line source, so it should be a cylindrical wavefront. So it means that when the source is point, source is line, but it is very far away from that particular measuring point, particular originating point, or particular that point where we have to identify the plane wavefront, then it appears to be a plane wavefront. Means a spherical wavefront or a cylindrical wavefront. At a long distance, when we take a small part of the spherical wavefront or the cylindrical wavefront, the small part appears to be a plane wavefront. It should be a plane surface. So we can show here like this. It's a plane wavefront, it's a plane surface, and the rays are passing through these corners of the that is plane. So it indicate the plane wavefront. Now another symbols, how can we show that plane wavefront? If the rays are parallel to each other, and if we draw a perpendicular line like this perpendicular line shows the plane wavefront. Next, when the rays are converging at a certain point P, and the rays are converging, so when we draw these curved lines, so this curved line indicates the converging wavefront. It is a part of the spherical wavefront. So converging wavefront is a part of the spherical wavefront. Next is, if it is a point P and the rays are diverging, the rays are sent out away from the source. So in that condition, again we draw these curved lines, and these curved lines are also the part of the spherical wavefront, because the rays are diverging. So we can say it is a diverging wavefront. So we can say in the first case it is a spherical converging wavefront, and here is a spherical diverging wavefront. So these are the skill work that will be asked in the examination. And another part of the wavefront is when the rays are incident on the prism or on the convex lens or on the concave mirror. So again we have to draw here, so what types of wavefronts are produced in that condition. So first of all we have to take the example of the prism. So in case of prism, number one, we have to draw here the behavior of the wavefront when incident rays are incident on the prism. So first case is through prism. Through prism. In the first case, through prism, we have to take an example of the prism. So draw a diagram of the prism. Say prism A, B and C. When the rays are incident parallel to each other on the face AB. So you see it's a ray, and again another parallel ray incident here. These are the parallel ray, and if we draw a perpendicular in between them, that perpendicular indicates the incident wavefront. It's a incident wavefront. And when these rays incident on the prism, so we know that the nature of the prism, the rays incident on it, they will be refracted, and after refraction, suppose this is another ray and next ray is like this. So in that condition, when we draw here a perpendicular line between these refracted ray, so this line indicates the refracted wavefront. It's a refracted wavefront. So it is a diagram for the prism. It's a incident wavefront, it's a refracted wavefront. We can draw the nature of the wavefront here. Now next number 2 is we have to show here the shape of the wavefront when the ray is incident on the convex lens. So through convex lens. In that condition, we have to draw a spherical, a principal axis, and this is a convex lens, and rays are incident on it. So the nature of the lens is it has the ability to converge the rays. So these are the parallel rays incident on the convex lens, and after that, after refraction from the lens, they will be converged on the principal axis, because when rays are coming parallel to each other, so they will be converged at the focal point of the given convex lens. So these are the, now in that condition, when we draw here a perpendicular line, this perpendicular line in the parallel rays, that is indicates the incident wavefront. But after that, when the rays are converged at a point, so we have to draw the rays, we have to draw, join the rays by tracing the line like this. So we have to draw like this. So these are the wavefront. So in that condition, the wavefront is known as refracted wavefront. So this is the nature of the wavefront when the rays are incident on the convex lens. And next, third part is when the rays are incident on the concave mirror. So what will be the nature of the wavefront? So in case of that, again we have to draw a principal axis and a concave mirror. So it's a concave mirror, and it's a pole of the mirror. Concave mirror. When the rays parallel to each other, incident on the concave mirror, so we know that they will be converged at a focal point like this. They will be converged at a focal point. And in that condition, again we have to draw the wavefront, and in that condition, the wavefront is toward this point. So these are the type of wavefront, and again these are called reflected wavefront, because in that condition the rays are incident on the mirror, they will be reflected back and focused at a focal point of the concave mirror. So these are known as reflected wavefront. So these skill work will be asked in the examination. Nowadays the skill work is mostly asking in the paper as compared to the theoretical part. So from the board examination point of view, these diagrams we have to that draw again and again, and that improve your skill work. And after write the names of the wavefronts that will be produced in case of prism, in case of the convex mirror and the concave mirror, then we can show the types of the wavefront. Okay, thank you.